Alright then gang, so in the last lesson we set up this starter project and I showed you that it was all working, but let's just have another quick look. We can see the chapters, we can click on these chapters if we wanted to, we can edit them. So I could just edit this, save the edits, and we see those updates right there. We can also delete the chapters, and when we do that we get a little confirmation. We say OK and it deletes that chapter from the list. If we go back to the dashboard and then choose Codex, it's going to be pretty much the same for adding new Codex entries. So let's just say Mr. Smith, very original, and that's a character. You could choose item or location if you wish, and we'll just say he's a nice man. And then we'll create an entry, and we can see that entry right here. If we go back to the full Codex, then it's going to be underneath the characters right here, Mr. Smith. Awesome. So that is the application in its current state. Now, I just want to go through the code to show you how this is kind of built up so that you're in a good place to then start adding HTMX to it. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the different moving parts in this application then. And we're going to start with the models inside the app folder. So we've got a chapter model for the chapters resource, which has three fields: the title, description, and order. And the order is basically the chapter number. And then we've also got the Codex model for Codex entries, and they all have a name, a type, which is either character, location, or item, and a description. We've also got migration files for each of those models as well, and a factory and a seeder. We don't really need to look through those, but feel free to do so if you want to. They're all inside the database folder. All right, so next up, we've got a controller for each model as well. We've got the chapter controller, which contains all the basic controller actions, the index one to grab all the chapter records from the table and return the index view from the chapters folder inside the outline folder. We're going to see all the views shortly. We've got show, which returns the show view, and that shows the details of a single chapter, which gets passed into the view. We've got create, which returns the create view, and that contains a form to make new chapters. Store, which responds to post requests from that create form by validating the inputs, working out the order field by taking the current max order in the table and just adding 1 to that, and then saving the record to the table, and then it redirects us to the show page for that new record. And we have edit, which returns the edit view, and that's also a form to edit the chapter this time, and it passes in the chapter that we want to edit into that view so that we can pre-populate the form fields with the current values. Then we have update, which responds to the put requests from the edit form, and it validates the data, and then it updates the record in the table before redirecting the user. And then finally, we have destroy, which responds to delete requests, and that action deletes the chapter from the table, then updates the order of all the chapters after the deleted one by reducing them by 1. That makes sense, right? So that's the chapter controller, which does some pretty basic CRUD operations, and the Codex controller does a very, very similar thing for the Codex resource. We've got all the same actions doing pretty much all the same things, so don't really need to go through that again. Now, if all of this is going over your head, then I would say you should definitely check out my Laravel beginners course, first of all, because I go into much more detail about how controllers and actions work in that series. Now, we hook those controllers up to routes inside the web routes file, which I'm going to open up now. And you can see that first we have a route for the home page, which returns the welcome view. We've also got a route for /outline, which returns the index view from inside the outline folder, inside the views folder, which we'll see later. Now, below those is where we group the other two sets of routes together using the resource helper and tying them to the two controllers. And what that does is generate all the CRUD routes and hook them up to the controller actions for us. For example, /create would be hooked up to a create action. So we do that for both controllers, the chapter controller and the Codex controller, and we also prefix the routes with outline, so that means the route paths will be /outline and then /codex, then / whatever the action name is, like create or destroy, etc. And that would be the same for the chapters routes as well. Anyway, now let's have a look at the views, which are all inside the resources folder. And we can see that first of all, we have a layouts folder with an app.blade.php file inside it. So this is a layout file which wraps the rest of our views, and inside it we've got a head tag, and that includes a link to Tailwind, and also importantly a link to the HTMX library, which means we can use HTMX in any page that uses this layout, and that is all the pages. It also links to the app.css file down here as well, which we're going to see shortly, and then below that we've got the site header with the site title and also a link to the outline route. And then we've got the main content section, which we render using the yield directive, and then finally a footer at the bottom. All right, so that's the layout. And then down here, we've got the welcome view. And inside that, you can see we use that layout file using the extends directive. Then this context section is the stuff that gets rendered in the layout file where we saw the yield directive just a moment ago. This is all really simple stuff, just a page title, some dummy content, then a link to the outline route down here. Okay, so if we open the outline folder, we can see two more folders, chapters and codex, as well as the index page for the outline route. So that index page is the outline dashboard, and currently it just contains a title, a bit of text, and two links, one that goes to the chapters page and one that goes to the codex page. Now, throughout this course, it's inside this outline page that we're going to be rendering all of that content using HTMX. So it actually serves as more of an interactive dashboard. And all that content is going to be coming from the views inside the chapters or the codex folders. So let's have a little look at those two. So then let's start with the chapters folder, and you can see in here we've got 4 different views, one for the create page, one for the edit page, the index page, which lists all the chapters, and also the show page, which just shows a single chapter. So let's start with the create page. Very simple. We have a title right here, and all these pages, by the way, use that layout. But yeah, we have a page title, we have a div wrapping the entire form. The form itself, we say, is going to send a push request. This is the action we send the push request to that we saw a minute ago, the store action on the chapters controller. Then down here we have our CSRF token. Then below that we have different form groups for different things, different inputs. So we have one for the chapter title right here, and then we have an error section just in case there was an error with the validation for the title, and we displayed that then if there was one. Then we have an input, or rather a text area for the description of the chapter. And then that's it. There's only 2 fields, right? We have the description and we have the title. Remember, the order, the chapter number itself, that is automatically assigned in the controller based on the maximum chapter number or order value currently in the table. All right, so it adds 1 to that. All right, so that is the create view, very simple. We have something very similar for the edit view, only this time we use the old values. So you know I said we passed in the chapter itself that we want to edit into this view. Well, we're using that right here, okay? So we pre-populate the different fields with the chapter details. And then if we submit that, it gets updated in the table. And this is the route right here. It goes to the update action and we pass the chapter. All right, so that is the edit view. The index view is where we list all the different chapters. So we're passing all the chapters into this view. And right here, first of all, at the top, we have a button, and that goes to this route to create a new chapter. All right. Then down here, we use this to loop through all the chapters and we output each one. So we output the chapter order. So that would be chapter 1 or chapter 2, etc. And then down here we have a link to the show page for that particular chapter. And then within that link, we output the title. So when we click on that title, it's going to take us to the show page for that particular chapter. Down here, we output the description, but only the first 10 words and then 3 little dots after it to say there's more to it. And then if we don't have any chapters, then we output this little message right here. So that is the index page. Again, very simple. We're just looping through the chapters and outputting each one. Then on the show page, we just take in a single chapter and we output the details of that chapter. So first of all, the chapter order, 1, 2, 3, or 4, etc. Then the title, then the description. Down here, we have when it was last edited. And then we have a few different actions for that chapter. So first of all, if we want to go back to the full chapter timeline, there's a button for that right here. Then if you want to edit the chapter, then there's a button for that. So it goes to the edit page we just saw. And then if you want to delete the chapter, we have a form for that, which when it's clicked, it returns this confirm thing right here. That lets us see that little confirm statement to say, do we want to really delete this chapter? When we click on yes, it sends the push request to this particular action to delete that chapter. And we also have this thing right here, this token, and we specify the method as well, delete. All right, so that is to delete the chapter right there. So that is the chapters. Now let's have a look at the codex. And these are all very similar. We've got the same pages. We've got a create page to create new codex entries. Does all the same kind of stuff. The only difference really is that we also have a select field right here to select the type of codex entry. So that's either going to be a character, item, or location. Otherwise, it's pretty much exactly the same. It just goes to a different action, different endpoint right here for the codex rather than the chapter. Next, we have the edit page, which again is pretty much identical. We take in the original codex entry, we pre-populate the different fields, and then we can update them. So that is pretty much the same. The index page, well, that just goes through the different codex entries that we have and it outputs them. The only difference is that we have this types variable declared right here, and the types are character, item, and location. And then what we do is we split them up right here into types, and we can therefore output each type separately. So we output like the characters first, then the items, and then the locations. All right, just so we're grouping those things together. It's not really important for the sake of this tutorial. It's just something I wanted to do to make it look a little bit nicer, but you don't really need to do that. Anyway, inside the show view down here, we're just showing the details of each individual codex item. So we output the name right here, the type, the description, and then we have some different actions as well, like we did for the chapters. So we can go back to the full codex entries, we can edit a codex, we can delete one using this form again, etc. So yeah, this is pretty much all the same kind of things. And all of this stuff is not overly important. Again, if you want to learn this kind of stuff, the beginner's course is much better for that. This course is all about now taking this kind of starter Laravel code and adding HTMX to it. So then, now we've got a broad view of how all of this project is structured. In the next lesson, we're going to try using HTMX from the outline page to make a GET request for the chapter content and also the codex content so that we can show it all on one page.